coming to the chapter 2, that is, it's about entrepreneurship. So, firstly, you have to define an entrepreneur. Here, also, different opinions based on the different authors. There are many entrepreneurship definitions. So, it is like an individual who bears the risk of operating the business in the face of uncertainty about the future condition. He is the one who innovates and introduces something new in the economy, and he shifts the economic resources out of the area of lower and into an area of higher productivity and greater yield. He searches for the change, responds to it, and exploits opportunity. Innovation is a specific tool of an entrepreneur. Then entrepreneurs is a person who have an ability to see like this. There are many definitions that is given based on their perspective. And coming to the importance of entrepreneurship, so today it has an assumed as a significance, special significance, since it is a key to economic development. So here seeds of industrial development, and these are the seeds and the fruits of an industrial development are greater employment opportunities to an unemployed youth. This increases per capita income. So high standards of living, increased individual savings and revenue to the government in the form of income tax, sales tax, export duties, so import duties, and balanced regional development. So India needs entrepreneurs. It needs for two reasons: one, to capitalize on new opportunities, and to create wealth and new jobs. And next is concepts of entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a person who creates an enterprise. The process of creation is known as entrepreneurship. The word entrepreneur has been from French, so where it originally means designate an organizer of music and other entertainment. So this is derived from French, and the history of the word entrepreneur in the economics and in the commerce, it's an economic leader who possesses the ability to recognize opportunities. Next is characteristics of successful entrepreneur. One is creativity, innovation, dynamism, leadership, team leader, achievement, motivating, problem solving, goal oriented, risk taking, decision making ability, and commitment. So each of them you can explain in your own words. Next is model of creative process. Here, first is germination, that is seed sowing stage of new idea recognition. Second comes the preparation, where conscious search for the knowledge rationalization. Next comes the incubation, that is subconscious assimilation of information fantasizing. Next is illumination, is recognition of idea or as being feasible. Realization, then verification is application or test to prove idea has been validated. So this is the process of these four. And next, moving on to the next part, that is classification of an entrepreneur. Here, based on the functional characteristics, we are having innovative entrepreneur, where they produce new goods or methods of production or discover new markets or recognize their enterprises. So next is adoptive entrepreneur. Here they do not innovate themselves but intimate the techniques and technologies innovated by others. Fabian entrepreneur, here they display the great caution and experimenting with any change in their enterprise. Drone entrepreneurs, they are die hard conservation and may even be prepared to suffer the loss of business. Based on the developmental angle, we are having prime movers. They set in motion and a powerful sequence of development, expansion, and diversification. Manager, he does not initiate expansion and is content just staying in business. Minor innovators, they contribute to the economic progress by finding better use of the existing resources. Satellite, this assumes a supplier role and slowly move towards a productive enterprise. Then local trading, such entrepreneurs limits his enterprise to the local market. So based on the types of entrepreneurial business, we are having manufacturing. Here an entrepreneur who runs such a business actually produces the products that can be sold using the resources and supplies. Next is, for example, you can take an example and explain this. Next is wholesaling. Here Selling the products to the middleman. Retailing means directly to the person who use. Service means business sells services rather than products. So based on the 9 personality, there are different types of entrepreneurs. So based on different categories, we are having many types of entrepreneurs. Based on the schools of thoughts of an entrepreneur, these are some of the types. Next is we will move on to the next topic. You can just write main classifications in the exam. Development model. First is psychological model. This is describes more importance to achievement motivates, which earlier related to the child rearing practices, but in the recent one, it is altered that a proportion on the importance of child rearing has an intrinsic determinant of the achievement motive. Then sociological models. So these are theory of change based upon the society incorporation of the relative such groups. So relativeness of such groups which has a low status in the larger society will lead to entrepreneurial behavior if the group has better institutional resources rather than in the society at the same level. So integrated models, these are entrepreneurial disposition based on the following factors, and it is described in the 5 stages for promoting the small entrepreneurship and the stimulation, identification, development, promotion, and follow. Coming to the cycle, so it consists of simulatory activities, support activities, and sustaining activities. So this ensure the emergence of the entrepreneurs in the society. They prepare the background for the entrepreneurship to sprout or for the people to start looking for entrepreneurial pursuits. They generate initial motivation and offer the opportunity to acquire skills. So, like entrepreneurial education, planned publicity for the entrepreneurial opportunities, identification of the entrepreneurs through specific methods, motivation training for the new entrepreneurs, help and guidance, then making techno-economic information and product profiles, evolving locally suitable new products and processes like this. Next, we'll move on to supporting activities. Here, they help to people to develop into an entrepreneur. They nurture the help entrepreneur development cycle to grow. So this can be done by providing the necessary infrastructure in the form of computers, internet connectivity, offering consultancy and training, and providing all the required information as to how a person should grow himself as an entrepreneur. Financial assistance for the projects and seminars could also promote entrepreneurship. So this activity can be promoted in incubation center to groom a person to become an entrepreneur. Registration of unit, arranging finance, providing land, shed, power, water, and so on. So, guidance for selecting and obtaining the machinery, supply of scarce raw material, getting licenses, providing common facilities, granting tax. So, these are some of the things. Next is sustaining activities. These activities are all that help in the continuous and efficient functioning of an entrepreneurship. They include modernization of infrastructure, encouraging diversification, and providing opportunities and supporting industry institute interaction through consultancy, promoting quality, organizing need based on the common facilities centers, the various sustaining activities like helping modernization, diversification, financing, and then diagnosing industrial extension, quality testing, approving services like this. Next problem faced by entrepreneurs and capacity building for the entrepreneurship. First is internal problems like technical feasibility, inadequate technical know-how, locational disadvantage, outdated production process, economic viability, high cost of inputs, break-even point too high, uneconomical size of project, choice of idea, feeble structure. So these like then implementation cost of overruns resulting from delays in getting licenses, sanctions, and so on, inadequate mobilization of financing, coming to production, inappropriate product mix, poor quality control, poor capacity utilization, high cost of production. like this: labor management, excessing high wage structure, inefficient handling of labor problems. Then marketing, poor sales realization, then defective pricing policy, weak market organization. Financing, financial management, poor resource management and financing, faulty costing, over trading. Then administrative management, over centralizing, lack of professionalism, lack of feedback. External problems like infrastructure, about the location, power, water, financing like capital, working capital, long term funds, marketing, taxing, raw material, industry, financial regulation, technology. These are all come under that. Capacity building for an entrepreneurship. So, India has a talent pool, but it is limitless for the potential for an entrepreneur. So, to focus on four areas, one is creating a right environment for success. We have to provide them a right platform. So, like, um, it should be easy to start a business to do. Indians would start slow with a capital, borrow from families, friends, or CEO, playing a role of salesman and strategies. A professional team assembled months, years after the business was created. So, ensuring the entrepreneurs have access to right skills that should be ensured, and ensuring the entrepreneurs to have access to smart capital, enabling networking and exchange. So, like this, you have to explain each of them. So, this completes the module 3. Thank you for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe to Exam Ignite.